Walt Disney once said something to the effect that he would rather entertain with a hope that people would be educated than try to educate with a hope that people were entertained. Though in some ways this is probably a false dilemma, the notion deserves to be pondered. Hi, I'm Scott Postma for Kepler Education, and in this episode of Practicum, I'd like to talk about copiousness and commonplaces. Successful communicators know that if they hope to persuade on a given topic, win a legal argument, or move a person to action, in addition to arguing a reasonable point, they must also entertain their audience. Or more correctly stated, they need to be able to delightfully hold the attention of their audience from beginning to end. You can think about it this way: an enlightened audience will only be so if it is also a delighted audience. Uninteresting writers and boring speakers create sleepy readers and unmotivated listeners. To be interesting, a writer or speaker must possess something we call copiousness. Derived from the Latin copia, copiousness literally means abundance. It refers to the stuff writing and speaking is made of. It's the material accumulated by the experiences of life, the fodder of failure, and the absorption of wisdom that makes the writer or speaker, and whatever he or she has to say, interesting and meaningful. Copiousness is possessing a deep, refreshing pool of ideas, truths, and anecdotes from which to draw delightful, compelling arguments. And this is where the commonplace is helpful. In classical rhetoric, a commonplace is a pithy maxim, a striking quote, or a delightful morsel of knowledge that is often held in common by tribes and communities. The term is derived from the Latin phrase locus communis, literally common ground. One author captures this idea by defining commonplace as a commonly held worldview phrase circulated in community. Examples of familiar commonplaces are expressions like spare the rod and spoil the child, or mind your P's and Q's. The former is a maxim taken from the book of Proverbs, which is itself a kind of commonplace book compiled by Solomon. The latter is an English expression meaning to mind one's manners, and it's probably derived from the schoolhouse where children tended to mix up the Q and the P, or from the pub where patrons were reminded to watch their alcohol consumption, which came in pints and quarts. Writers and speakers have long collected delightful poetry, clever quotations, pithy proverbs, and striking phrases, and compiled them into Florilegium, or what is referred to as a commonplace book. Collecting, studying, and reflecting on commonplaces is just one effective and practical means of cultivating copiousness. But it is not the only means. As the author of Fitting Words aptly observes, developing copiousness starts with maintaining an excellent education, reading the best books, and talking with wise men and women. It continues by expanding your life experiences. Having copiousness is more than just possessing a huge pile of random facts and trivia that one can reach into and toss out at a whim. Rather, it's the idea of oneself being full, overflowing with nuggets of truth and words of wisdom that are easily recognizable for one's audience. Filling oneself with true thoughts and wise words will not happen automatically, though. It must be done on purpose. Being too occupied with amusements to read books, too prideful to ask questions, or too lazy to think through difficult problems and important issues impedes the development of copiousness. As one author satirically quipped, if you listen to stupid music, watch stupid movies, and read stupid books, well, congratulations, you're stupid. And being stupid, you have failed in the pursuit of effective communication at the outset. Like a garden that must be tilled, planted, watered, and weeded, copiousness is cultivated, a work that takes time and effort. It is developed through life experience and the purposed, pleasant discipline of reading many good books, making a point of thinking about what is read, and collecting the best thoughts and ideas on a variety of topics.